Frisbee and how Detective Cookie solved the mystery. Cookie had gotten this Frisbee for her birthday, but someone had taken it. So she had to get it back to get revenge and have a great birthday. She searched high and low until she found her first suspect, the cat Ice. Before she found the cat, she had to endure many horrible obstacles.
This cat looked like a sly fiend, but why would she want to steal a dog's Frisbee? She looked very suspicious, but for now, we could cross her off the list of suspects. Cookie was now headed to the house where the suspicious Pepper, Whiskey, and Bucky lived, and she suspects may have took her Frisbee. This was Whiskey, not to be mistaken for the alcoholic drink. He was a sly, cunning dog, and he loved Frisbees. But soon, Cookie interviewed him, and he was begging for forgiveness. He said that it was not he that took the Frisbee, but Cookie did not believe him, so she was angry and shot him dead. This was Pepper, Whiskey's girlfriend. She was very distraught after the death of her husband. She was a sweet little girl, but she had a look of guilt in her eyes. Could she have taken the Frisbee? After a long, hard interview with Cookie, she too learned not to be guilty, but Cookie still made her beg for forgiveness. And then Pepper was set free, set out on the streets to go mourn her dead husband. Pepper was mourning the loss of her dead husband. But there was still one more dog to interview, Bucky, their delinquent child. And he could be hard to get the answer out of, for he had an attitude, a Bucky attitude. This was Bucky, their delinquent child, known for various crimes. Cookie did not really believe that he stole her Frisbee, but he was the troublemaker, and nonetheless, she had to interview him. After a long, hard, cold interview of her breaking his spirit, he finally gave up and begged for forgiveness, begged for mercy, and she let him go. And here we see, right after he was let go, Bucky stealing the cat's bed. He loves trouble, so Cookie would have to keep an eye out on him. Cookie had now interviewed all of the dogs. She had broken them. She only had a couple more people to interview. And those were the horses of the property. They were ornery, sneaky, piggish, spoiled. But she knew that she could get the Frisbee out of them if they had it, because she was Cookie, the wonder dog. This was Maybelline, a mother-to-be. Could she have possibly stolen the Frisbee to get attention after her husband had left her? She was a sweet mare, a kind lady, Cookie didn't suspect that she was guilty, but nonetheless, she had to interview her. After a long interview, Cookie suspected that Maybelline was not guilty, but she would still keep an eye out on her, just in case. This was Cece, the mother of an ornery little colt. Cookie suspected that she might have done it out of stress, out of longing, out of the need for attention. But she was too kind. Cookie didn't really think that Cece would sacrifice going to jail after having a colt, after having her first baby. So Cookie left her be, and there was only one more to interview, Cosmo, her delinquent stallion son. This was Cosmo, her new little stallion. He was spunky and full of himself, almost like Bucky. Cookie knew that he thinks of himself as high and mighty, and that he would definitely be one to steal the Frisbee. Cookie interviewed him and searched him all over, but she could not find any clues that led to him having the Frisbee. He was ornery though, as he can be seen biting his mother. Cookie knew that she would have to keep an eye out on him just in case if he had a secret hiding place with the Frisbee. He was ornery. He was a biter. He was a ferocious little stallion, and Cookie didn't want to mess too much with him. So Cookie let him be for now, but she would keep an eye out on this one, because he was ornery. And there go the two mothers and the delinquent son. And Cookie putting them in their place. The only ones left to interview were Hammy and his two little girly friends. This was Tilly. She was kind of the dumb blonde of the group, and Cookie knew it. Cookie really thought that she wouldn't have the brains to steal her Frisbee without Cookie even knowing it, so she was automatically crossed off the list of suspects. This was Lolly, the hot thoroughbred, the sporty, ornery little mare. She might have taken it because of her spunk, but yet as Tilly, she wasn't the brightest little filly in the field, so Cookie crossed her off the list as well. This could only mean one thing. Hammy had stolen the Frisbee. This was Hammy, the notorious stealer of Cookie's Frisbee. As we can see here, he was hiding it on his butt all along. But why, Hammy? Why did you steal the Frisbee, she asked. Just because Hammy wanted to steal it? Because he just wanted to play with it with his girlfriend. Because secretly, he loved playing Frisbee. It was his lifelong dream to be a pro Frisbee player. And that's why he stole the Frisbee. Cookie was happy because she finally had her Frisbee back and she could play all day long. As for Hammy and his girls, they were put behind bars. Now Cookie could live happily ever after with her red Frisbee.